Hi, welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm your host, Steven, and today I'll be talking about the latest episode from The Mandalorian. This one is called The Foundling. This is chapter 20 in the series. This is the third season. This was directed by Carl Weathers, who's also in the series as well. Um, One of the shortest episodes ever. I think it runs about 32 minutes tops, and that's with the credits. So I'm saying 25, 27 of actual show, and then it leads into the end credits where they show the designs and all this. So let's say 25, 27 minutes long, 32 minutes in total. Enjoyable adventure. Carl Weather did a great job directing. My issue with this episode, writing. The writing, there was something when they go back, Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian go back and they've redeemed themselves and they're back with the community. As we saw in the first episode, when everybody's out by the water, this giant alligator comes and they have a fight, and of course, the Mandalorian shoots it, wins the day. This episode, now we have a creature called a raptor, a flying creature that picks up one of the children. So they all go off to try to rescue the kid. Well, first they want to shoot the raptor, and they say, no, 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 it's going to drop the kid, kill the kid. Okay, no problem. Get it? You want to save the children. So they follow it, and suddenly their jetpacks give out, and they have no more fuel to follow the raptor to its nest, where they figure it's going to feed its children with the Mandalorian child, right? They kind of mentioned this happens before. It's happened quite a few times. So in my head, I'm kind of going, well, if this is happening, first you had the giant alligator, you've got raptors plucking kids and bring it to feed their babies. Shouldn't you have like a defense system, like a scanner, an alarm that if something's approaching, that it warns the children or to get the children? Or why do you let the children go out there if you know this happens? If you know you can't follow this thing, you don't have enough fuel, why don't you use a ship? There's these things that are, this is not the way, to use a Mandalorian phrase. I was disappointed in that aspect. But then I guess they were trying to push when Bo-Katan kind of takes over, they're kind of pushing her back into a leadership role. So I get that that was the end game of all this. But it really is sloppy writing. Now, if they would have said like the Raptor came once before, and so this is still, but they say this happens before, or this happens all the time. And I'm like, I sat there in disbelief in that. That I think is bad storytelling, in my opinion. All in all, it's fun to see the adventure of the Mandalorian, but that really stuck with me. How they really dropped the ball with the Raptor sequence. But I understand they're trying to get Bo-Katan to be leader, like by the fire. She's the one that can stay by the fire. The rest of them can have to leave and take off their mask. She can stay there. She's taking over. She brought the ship. She's gonna tell them how to get to the nest. Oh, and the other thing, um, the creature, this raptor, kept the child in its mouth overnight and regurgitated it as they got up to the nest. I don't know. Like, wouldn't the child be dead? I don't know. It just didn't make sense. Those things just didn't work for me. It sat there. So this episode, the Foundling, I'm gonna say this is the weakest episode of this season thus far. Although this episode before was challenging with the two different storylines, at least they tried to do something interesting. This, I thought the writing was lazy. That should not happen. So if anybody knows Kathleen Kennedy or John Favreau, I'm here, Stephen, from the Roundtable. I can proofread these things because it's obvious nobody's doing it there. So I'll gladly do it for you, and we can make better episodes. But that was really dropping the ball on it. So this episode, I'm gonna say I'm disappointed, and I think it's the weakest one of this season, maybe the weakest one of thus far. But that's my opinion. You let me know what you think. Smash the like button. I definitely would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it was sloppy writing? Do you think it was a big mistake? I thought it was. I sat there in disbelief. But you let me know. This is Steven from the Roundtable saying, this is the way.